Arena of Valor. Get ready. Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds. Prepare to engage.
Can hear your spirits crying out. Be enveloped in dark. He's so good. Can hear your spirits crying out.
First blood! Fully charged!
Can hear your spirits crying out. Hear your spirits crying out.
Double kill!
Pyromania! Pyromania! Spirits crying out.
Don't run from me!
Hear your spirits crying out.
I want a hug!
Spirits crying out.
Good for you!
Spirits crying out. Can hear your spirits hide. Can hear your spirits crying out.
A red team tower has been destroyed!
Kratos has been defeated. you think you are going?
Shut down!
Our love will never...
Ultimate! Double kill!
Crying out.
Shut down! A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Kratos has been defeated! Fire!
Onslaught! Shut down!
For me! Been defeated!
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
The great dragon has been summoned! Kratos has been defeated!
Double kill! A red team tower has been destroyed. A red team tower has been destroyed.
Slow down! You bully!
Ultimate! Double kill! Onslaught! A red team tower has been destroyed. A red team tower has been destroyed. Double kill!
The great dragon has been summoned!
Be enveloped, darkness! Be enveloped in darkness! Be enveloped in darkness! Be enveloped in darkness!
Red team tower has been destroyed. A red team tower has been destroyed. A red team tower has been destroyed.
Can you hear your spirits crying out? Hear spirits crying out!
destroyed. A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Hey, Evil, just tell me what you realize, okay? Alright, so first ban D-Rack. Pretty much obvious, but I wouldn't really ban D-Rack on any side when I can secure it. And knowing that Hellseeker plays D-Rack, I would have just kept it on so that they get a ban on that. And I can secure my ban on some other pick. Laville. Laville is a good ban. It's one of the meta marksmen with Caffeine and Hayate, so taking that out and securing Caffeine on the first pick would force them to play an event that's not in the meta. Okay. Oh, that's a really smart ban from the B side. Banning Caffeine out. Oh, so this is actually good. This is what I have been seeing on APL too. If you are not able to secure one of the MM, you just ban it for the other side too. Or if you're on the A side, you prefer to take the marksman that's better. Because right now, even though it always comes down to how your team plays, but in my opinion, if you win your lane and you're able to rotate faster as an MM and be there for objectives at times, it always gives you an edge. So securing a better MM in this meta is, of course, a priority, at least for my team too. Alright, Crack first pick. Okay, I'm not that sure about Crack. Zip was open, there were other good picks like Pain. I wouldn't pick Kia first because it can be countered by Lindus, it can be countered by L2, but Grak, I'm not that sure about. That's not a wise choice, at least in my opinion. Zip. Okay, so the B side of course goes for Zip, it's an open pick. I think they would go for a Jinar because Jinar and Zip combo, it's just annoying to deal with. You don't really want to go against that. Elendor. In my opinion, I wouldn't just go for Elendor because it's open. I mean, of course, it's a meta jungler for now, but if the A team responds with a Crixie now, Elendor is surely going to be in a problem because Crixie is like a direct counter to Elendor. I mean, he needs to come in to poke you, and Crixie's ultimate late game, it just melts out Elendor, so that's one thing they should have thought about, or if they can actually do, if they don't pick a mage here, I mean the A side, the B side can actually ban out Crixie, so that the Elendor doesn't have any problem. Okay, so let's see what Zeta picks. Eliester. Okay, they already went for Eliester. So that's a good pick. Eliester, in my opinion, is quite underrated on our server. While on Taiwan server, one of my friends plays there and he's always telling me that Taiwan always bans Eliester in rank. The team-wide utility of Eliester is just a lot. You have a lot of CC and you don't play Eliester to deal damage. That's the core point for him. You deal it, I mean you play Eliester to protect your marksman or provide proper CC, so that nobody reaches the back line. So you are like an extra support with much more damage. That's how I would put it out for Eliaster. No wonder he deals a lot of damage. If you go for that complete damage build, he even has 2 damage on his speed. He just melts everyone. But in my opinion, I would say play him more like a support so that you can help out your teammates. You can zone the enemies, you can zone the ganks, and that's how you should be playing him. Earther. Okay, so we have an Earther pick now. And the Murad ban. Murad ban, in my opinion, is not that strong because it's not something that's really viable in this meta. I mean, you can of course play a comp and just make it work, that's another thing, but what I'm talking about is he is not really a jungler that's in meta right now. He was heavily nerfed, his damage is not that much. If you actually see, at times, if he gets back and he comes in and ults you, he won't even land a scratch on you. So I don't really know why they banned Murad. It's a feast ban. Let's see what they have in mind for jungler. Very pick. So B side is still planning on to picking up a mage, but in my opinion they would go for a mid-Varus. Would still play, or maybe they can stretch the Elendor into lane. He's not that good in lane as he is in jungle, but he's not bad too. So I guess they'd go for a Elendor lane and pick up a Zill, because if it was me, I would rather pick a Zill or Marcha. That's interesting. Side lane Varus. Alright. So in my opinion, DS Varus is not that good anymore because there are other heroes that actually can outfarm her, out-rotate her, and DS right now is all about rotations. I mean, if you're playing Kilgroth and Omen, that's another scenario. You are good at split pushing, but apart from that, you should be rotating, especially before the 5 minutes. You should always be there for the team fight because the split push potential is not that good before 5 minutes. The towers were buffed. So Varus is more of like a team fight hero. She should always be there in the team fight. So if they're going for Earther DS lane and Varus in Abyssal lane, I'd still be fine with it. Let's see how it works out. Zader's playing Quicknack and he's a really good Quicknack. I have seen him play. He knows how to play it. Okay. I honestly want to see how this works out for the B team. Even though they have a really strong pick like Zip, Elendor, and Marja, they're like all 3 are in meta. While on the A side, they don't have any other meta apart from Quicknack and Richter, of course. Richter's an S tier hero. So let's see how it goes for both of them.
To Arena of Valor. Like, okay, so right in the match we start
connected with the pause, so probably someone on the red side is lagging. Well, that's too early to decide though. I mean, the game didn't even start and they just made out a lag. Mm. Wait, it's a long pause. Okay. So I guess we have like a best of three, and this is the second match. So I wasn't really there for the first one, so I don't really know which side won. But all right, so let's see how it goes. So I guess it's like a abyssal lane Earther and a side lane Varus because Atro is basically the DS laner for them. Okay, so someone commented now we can see the most OP Victor in our server. I'm not really sure about that, Nathan, until unless you're being sarcastic. So Pain, as far as I know, he's a jungler main and not a DS lane here. I mean person. So Vader is actually the DS laner for them. Maybe they just switched the roles because Vader seems to be really comfortable with the quick-knack pick. He has been the jungler for previous teams that he has played for, but he just switched his role to DS recently. Current blue side one. Inverno. Okay. Oh yeah. But we don't have Inverno this time. Inverno pretty much went off. Um, let's see how Psy plays for them. I feel they should let Martin DS and Where Smith. Um, MG, I'd actually feel like they should let Marja Abyssal lane and stretch Varus to the mid lane and put Arthur into the DS lane because yesterday in APL match where I was watching, they actually picked a Arthur against a Richter because Richter cannot outpoke the Arthur, of course. I mean, even if he tries to poke him, it wouldn't really land a scratch because of how tanky Arthur is. So I'd honestly go for the Arthur DS for now. And Varus mid, her clear potential is amazing. You just need to land your 4 basics, then you use your B, let all the minions come in a line, and then there's your passive. And I'd stretch Margit to the Abyssal lane. She is not that bad in Abyssal, her clear is decent, she can poke, but there is a Valheim too, so you need to take care of that. So that would be a pretty much skill matchup if a Valheim goes against a Margit. Both of them are heavily poke-based heroes in the start. Oh, that's a long pause. I'm really excited to see how this Iliaster plays, honestly. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad even you watching APL. So that's what I want to see in our community. I don't really see people watching the pro leagues or watching the streams and trying to learn something out of it. So that's good if you're trying to learn the meta, if you're trying to learn how to counter pick and draft. That's amazing. That's a really long pause. I don't even know if they're gonna continue the game after this. Not really what we wanted to see. Can I talk to you through Discord? Yeah, sure, you can. I can actually drop my Discord ID if you want. Wait. Give me a second, I'll just drop it on stream. 27 hashtag 991. Okay, there you go. That's my Discord ID. If you have any questions, you want to have a chat, you can always ping me over there and I'll be there. Okay, so the match finally started. That's amazing. Yeah, the conversation is gonna have a little delay because
Get ready.
we
Minions will be
promote
deployed
people
in
not
5
stream crashing.
seconds.
We don't want people to watch the stream and play, so we keep it on a delay for 30 to 45 seconds. So yeah, that's how it's for us. Okay, so the Grad trying to provide the vision on the bottom side. Richter trying to help Pricknack clear the buff. So that's good. That's pretty much both sides are doing the good thing. They're providing vision. I guess Faith is lagging because he came to the jungle late. Yeah, as we expected, it's a Earther Abyssal lane. Both the laners are being babysit by the supports. Questionable, but I wouldn't really babysit a Valheim early into the game, but since there is a Zip there too, so yeah. Maybe. They just don't want to get outnumbered in the lane. Okay, so Kevin is trying to Star Step Kite the minion, but apparently he's not able to. So Stutter Stepping, I don't know how prominent how prominent that is in AoE, but it used to be a thing in Vainglory, and Stutter Step basically means when you're able to cancel the animation of the in-between abilities. Okay, so the first gank, right over Zip, he was overextending, trying to land that A and just poke it out, but Cricknut got it. Really nice rotation from Eliaster in the bottom, Richter coming in the mid. So this is going all great for the A side for now, for the blue side. Surprisingly, Atro is level 4, Richter is still level 3. They secured an early Abyssal, there is a fight. Atro would probably go down. Yeah, he did. Okay, yeah, alright. So meanwhile, Eleanor was able to secure a Krill on Grak. He went on the opposite side to which the team was going, like Errol was doing. Yeah, that's true, MJ. Alright. So I guess probably one more person's gonna join me on stream soon. So I'm glad I'm gonna be having one more caster to talk with. That's amazing. So Alanor's trying to secure the Spirit Sentinel. That's good because they lost the Abyssal, and that's how you trade it. You either go for the buff, you get an early buff from their side, that actually snowballs them a little, but if you're even able to try to secure the Spirit, it's amazing. So Eliaster landing a really nice stun on all three of them, zoning them out and not trying to let them in. Okay, so yeah, so as I said, Earther is going top. Sure, perfect. You probably would be chanting Ginor for now. After you become a one-trick Ginor now. Alright, so as we expected, Earther went top, which was more reasonable. There's a Varus in the Abyssal lane now, so as we expected, Varus would of course do better in the Abyssal lane, especially in that comp that they have. They're quite tanky for now. I mean, all of them. Let's talk about Zip, Earther, Varus. Even Marja has like an escape ability, so they're pretty much tanky on the red side, while the A side is not that tanky. Okay, so Marja doing a really good thing. She flickers in and she uses her ult, so that's amazing. So for anyone who doesn't know, when Marja comes out of her ult, she actually deals AP to everyone who is there. I'm not that sure about the Kriknak engage. The fight was over. The fight went on the side of the red side. I'm sorry, but he just decided to go in, so that wasn't white. Okay, now you can actually see how the tides change since Varus was in the team fight, and Varus have a higher team fight potential than Earther does. I mean, all of us, we of course know it. Earther is just like a meat tank. You tank everything that's thrown at you. You make them waste their CC on you. You just are like a supreme tank that's gonna be there for them. Meanwhile, Varus can tank and Varus can deal damage too. She has 2 damage on her ult. She has a good damage with her passive. Team fights are just changing because just Varus being there in that position. So I hope they just listen to me on stream and that what they feel is better. Okay, Thai landing a really nice ult. Richter and Kriknak following up, and that's amazing. I guess, okay, Zader is out of mana. Yeah, he could have secured like a quad kill over there, but he just ran out of mana. So Varus rotating from all the way from the bottom to top to secure kills, she does. If I would have been the Valheim, I would have actually pushed the lane. I would have got the first tower out, but now it's not wise for Kevin to actually overstep now, but he is. He doesn't have the Abyssal Lane tower. It's better if he stays back there, like outnumbered 2 to 3. Sai trying to land some amazing plays, but fail. They should back out. They don't have a Grak ult. Okay, so they are planning to push. Varus is rotating to bottom, and the blue side pauses. I'm not that sure how. I'm actually not that aware of Kriknak damage potential because honestly I've tried playing Kriknak and I'm not that good at it. But I have seen people making a lot of plays, like they just melt tanks. So I don't think so. It's wise to just stay in the bushes to poke Krik. I wouldn't really poke Krik. I mean, I have seen a few really good Kriknak. There is Cat Gaming YouTube. There is Jay. They just play like Kriknak in an amazing way. So I wouldn't really stay there just to land pokes. I'd rather go for objectives. I'd rather clear the waves. So that's how I like to play. I like to play the game more objective oriented, but not kill oriented. So yeah, that's just to me. That's just my playstyle. I like to farm. I like to take objectives. It's going really hard for the blue side now. They're not able to melt anything from the B side. So one reason why, as I said, the B side is quite tanky, and the A side, they don't have a lot of damage potential apart from the Kriknak. Valheim does do damage. I mean, Leicester does good damage, but it's not as good as you expect. I mean, they're not that damage oriented. So I would have picked a better Abyssal laner for now. I'm not saying Val isn't good, but I guess there are better Abyssal laners than Val. I would have gone for a Violet. I would have gone for an Elsu. Or even a Hayate. I mean, Hayate would have been great since there is so much tank on the B side. You just go Purify, you just ult, you use your beak to come out, you just land your A. So everyone just melts out of there. Hmm. Okay, so that's really wise from the A side. They actually had a vision of almost every person on the top, and they knew that their tower is gonna go down, so they traded their whistle for it.
Blue
So
team tower has
that's
been
smart.
destroyed.
You don't go from all the way from bottom to top to just take a fight while you can
Ultimate.
secure other objectives. Okay, I guess Kriknak's gonna die. He's doing the same thing over and over again. The fights get over, and then Kriknak is late to the fight. I wouldn't really say late. He was doing another objective.
A red
So,
team tower has been
but
destroyed.
if a fight's over, you just don't go in the fight to just keep continuing the fight, especially if you're outnumbered and your team has lost the fight. If your team's winning the fight, that's another issue, but over here, they were losing it. So, Kriknak uses his revive, he comes back, he secures a kill on Urter, and that's what I was talking. Urter was on like around 75% health, but Kriknak was still able to just take him down because his burst is just so much. And the Kriknak has a rank breaker, only a soul, so he's pretty much on decent gold. Oh, Kriknak just sees the Eleanor out of position and goes, and that's beautiful play from Kriknak. And everyone's just following up to on Eleanor, and that's not good. It's not wise.
Ultimate.
Marja goes to the back line and kills the Kriknak. She's been doing it so well. She's using her ult to persuade the enemies and just go in and killing them. That's beautiful. Okay, so one thing I would have done over if I was on the B side, I mean on the A side, the blue side, I would have gone for a Fafnir. So Fafnir used to be a really nice item on Valheim before, but I haven't really seen people playing Fafnir anymore on him. So it's just always coming down to how you itemize. So since the B side is really tanky, Fafnir is always a good item to go against if your enemy is tanky. So I would honestly go for the Fafnir over here. Let's see what he goes for the last item. I just hope this Kriknak doesn't go in for that thing. I just hope. No, Zader, don't. Zader, don't. Come on. Okay, so he just ran out. That's good. Now at least, okay. This is not really wise gameplay for them. I mean, if they're taking the DS and they're outnumbered, just let it go. It's fine. You cannot. I mean, even if you secure it and you give away your life for it, it's of no use. And looking at how much goal difference there is, it's just like around 2k, actually 1.9k to be precise, and it's not that much. The team-wide goal is nearly the same. Israel's doing a beautiful job on Marsha. He's 4-0-10, and he made a frost cake. That's amazing. I don't know, I wouldn't really go for the frost cake. That's not something that's on my mind when I'm playing Marsha. But, oh, that's a beautiful hook from Drak. Sai lands a beautiful hook finally. One thing that changed the game, I guess. It can if they're able to take it out, because Marge is dead. She's been doing so much good damage. So right now what I would want to see is everyone being in the mid and pushing it. Zip is doing Zip thing, trying to be annoying, but he shouldn't have rolled in. Alright. Yeah, this is not something good. Victor is not there on the fights, he's just split pushing. So one thing I want to tell you guys, if you're playing Victor, don't be a split pusher alone. You have a good split push potential, I agree to it, but Victor is more of like a team fight hero. You have a lot of team fight potential. You can go in, you heal a lot, you deal good damage on the carries, so this is what you want to do. And if you actually look at the B side, they lack CC. So if you lack CC, Victor will go in and devastate, and I guess it's a game, yeah. Yeah, so as we talked about, the A side wasn't able to melt the B side, and even without Marja being present there or Elendor dealing a lot of damage, the tanks alone were able to take off the enemies because the only damage dealer from the A side was the Kriknak and the Eliaster. So, yeah, as we expected, Kriknak did the most damage. Valheim played well. He could have done better when it comes to items, but yeah. Atro going with a 16 MVP, that's amazing. He played really well, and it was really wise that he shifted from DS to Abyssal. That's how you should do it. If you feel like you're getting outpoked, or if you feel like you're not being comfortable against your enemy laner, or your team fight potential could be better if you were on the other lane, you don't have to be rigid about which lane you chose. You can always switch. That's how it should be. Everyone on the B side did amazingly well. Marja played beautifully, her target lockdown was good. Faith could have done better in my opinion. He missed a lot of his ults, he missed a lot of his ability that sucks people in. Berry did a good job, he tanked for his team, and Atru, it was just playing amazing. So on the A side, Hellseeker, I would have picked up a Crixie. Crixie into Elendor is amazing. Victor was a wise choice. Apart from Valheim, I would have picked something better. So let's see how it goes in the next game. Alright guys, be right back. He's on defense, so probably he cannot. No. Alright, I guess we're live now. I can just check it on screen. Hold up. Okay, yeah, we are live. So, first ban Malik. Not that sure why SA server is so scared about Malik. I don't really see Malik being a first ban on any Thai tournaments or any other tournaments for now. He can be easily countered just by a few items, or if you actually can melt him down, you can pick up a higher tail, of course. So Malik's first ban, I'm not that sure about it. Okay, so by the way, we do have my girlfriend over here with me on casting, so you might just want to say a hi, babe.
Hello. I'm just here to support
Yeah.
him because he's alone and then he needs somebody to talk to, so I'm just here to talk to him.
Alright, that's weird, but okay, yeah. Okay, so on the B side, we have a D-Rack ban, so that's a really sensible ban in my opinion. He is a really good mage, a lot of CC, he has a lot of damage potential, a lot of late game potential, and apart from that, even if you are losing the early game, he has the capability to seize the game, seize the high towers, so that's what you want to have in a mage. All the abilities, you land damage, you have CC, you can siege, you can push, so he's pretty much like a complete package when it comes to mage. For me,
Yeah, and, like,
Dirax
he-
is the best mage.
Yeah, like he can even like block the damage for like the teammate.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's a really good point. Like, so if you're pushing the tower, you can actually use his ultimate to block the tower shots that are coming towards you. So that's one more thing that it's actually in his kit. 8-pick Laville. Okay, so that Malik ban, I'm not that sure about it. I would have actually banned Zip and Caffeine. Caffeine is an appropriate ban if you can secure Laville first. So apart from Caffeine, I don't think so any other MM is as strong as Laville is in this patch. Maybe you can pick up a Joker to counter Laville, but then in late game, Laville would still melt all of you down, and his his life steal after Bow of Slaughter is just off the charts. So you should probably ban a Zip and a Caffeine to pick up Laville on the 8th side. So that's how I would have done it. B side focusing on Eleanor being a meta jungler. So I wouldn't go with Ignis since they picked up Eleanor. So my go-to hero if someone picks Eleanor is Crixie. They pick Eleanor, I pick Crixie right away without even taking a second thought about it. So I wish they pick up Crixie. Please listen to me. No, they didn't. It's the Baldin and a Ignis. I wouldn't really say Ignis is a bad pick. He's good, but he is a hero that I feel like you should be really sound with your macros to play. I have seen people just spamming their skills on Ignis to get resets. That's not how he's played. You need to be really appropriate with your skills, be on point, and then he has like a chain CC, a chain damage, and true damage. So that's really good. His sieging potential is not that much, but his team fight potential is off the charts if you know how to play him. So the old man does do a lot of good job if you know what to do. Oh yeah. Someone might have listened to me on the B side, they picked up a Joker against the Laville, so that's good. They already have a Eleanor needs to finish the game before Laville's first fight. Okay, so yeah, MZ, that's what I wanna say right now, is they picked up an Eleanor that's like a decent. Okay, so Eleanor for me is a really amazing hero when it comes to the entire game, but what Eleanor lacks in my opinion is his ability to push the high ground towers. in late game, you go in. I mean, if you're winning the early game, of course, taking out high ground towers is easy. But if the enemy is able to siege, you have to go in to land a few poke on towers. You might just get caught out. So that's what you should be looking at if you're playing Elendor. And they picked up Joker with it, so that's a really good pair in my opinion. Joker can actually land the poke on tower. He melts tower, so that's good. In my opinion, that's a really good job that they did there. They picked up Sith, they picked up Alendor, and a Joker. So let's see how the left side goes for a banning GR. Okay, let's banning Crixie. Okay, so Lee, you can actually share your thoughts about the draft. I mean,
I'm just listening to you for now. But to be honest, I have never seen any Dinar picks in tournaments or in like my server in ROV. But in this path, it's not nerf, right?
no, it is nerfed this patch. Shift healing was nerfed, but he still has that stupid sustain. So that's I'm not that sure that he's so amazing or he's that bad. For me, he's always going to be in a tier mage. He can either be really good or he'll just be keep feeding. So let's see how it goes. But I wouldn't ban Jannar. I wouldn't really pick Jannar until unless I have a Xenial or I have a Zip. So Xenial and Jannar combo and Zip and Jannar combo is just annoying for the enemies. You can just Zip can eat him, roll in. He's gonna get that barrier. He's gonna get that sustain. He's gonna get that life steal from A. So that's what you don't want. If Xenial's there, so Xenial ult actually provides damage reduction to the person he's ulting on. Even if you cancel his ult, the person still receives the damage reduction. So if the Jannar goes in and Xenial just ults him, that's a lot of damage reduction because Jinnar's ult also has damage reduction based on how many allies he has nearby. So a lot of people don't know it, I guess, but that's why you should always use his ult when you have your teammates around. You get more damage reduction when you are in the ult.
Oh, then there's another ban in the red side.
Yeah, they did. I would have banned Kira. I mean, they picked up a Joker. They should have banned all the. Oh, okay. So I guess they might someone have lagged out or they're too confident about their picks. Wukong and Zuka. Okay, Jay just texted me.
Do you think a Wukong is actually a good pick though, as they have slipped in another team?
Wukong is not a go-to hero for me. I mean, not in jungle, not for me. So he does do a lot of damage. I have seen him being played once in Thai tournament. I don't remember which team played it, but they did win that game though. No, wait, they did not. It was a game in which 007X was playing Telenos, and 007X on Telenos is just off the charts. He is just devastating on that pick. Wukong is not a good pick. I feel like Joker can easily kill the Wukong if he comes in because he has the immunity to the physical damage, and then they have Zip to suck everyone in and save them from Wukong, but not really sure about that pick.
Oh,
Let's
I just
see.
realized they have like 2 tanks in the blue side, the Dodden.
Yeah, I guess they're going for infinite side lane. So Asteroid maybe is trying something new for this tournaments or upcoming tournaments that we have on SA server. So maybe he's just trying to find a few picks in case there's global pick and ban. But there are better picks in DS than Infinite, of course. So maybe he's just flexing his stuff that he can.
So, like, which team do you think have a better composition?
For me, I guess the red team drafted better than the A team, but
Arena of Valor.
I'm really fond of these two heroes, both of Ignis and both of Laviel, so
Get
they're like
ready.
one of
Minions will be
both of them
deployed
are like my
in five
favorite picks.
seconds.
So I don't know how if they're able to play well, if they're able to save Laviel and if they're able to save Ignis throughout, it's gonna be really good for the A side and they might just win because Ignis surely does a lot of damage. Alright, let's see how it goes. Baldwin providing the vision side and trying to poke the zip. I guess Zip uses. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I guess Zip just print out of there. Not sure about that, but. Okay, so one thing you see is the Gina rotated top, but in my opinion, it would have been better if the Gina rotated bottom and the Elendor was able to secure that wave for himself. So that's how it should have been, but no, I didn't do that rotation. So in my opinion, Sai should have a pretty decent time against Gilavo. Oh, he was nearly able to steal that one camp. If he did, Wukong wouldn't have reached his level 4, so Sai is overextending, he gets punished, and he might just go down. No, Zip saved him. So this is where I find Zip the most annoying support. He just saves everyone with like a percentage of HP and it's just annoying as a enemy to see it. I mean, you don't want any person to just run out of the fight with 1% HP because a zip comes in and fucks them out. So, definitely a permanent ban from me would be a zip. And that's. Oh, Inverter is back on the B side. So, if you don't know, Inverter wasn't there in the last game and they pretty much lost that game pretty hard. So, he's a good support. So, let's just see how it goes for them now. Wukong coming in. Okay, so this is what we talked about, but a really good rotation from Atro, providing the CC, and all of them were there. Earther's just going in now, and that's not good.
Yeah, that's too late. He's gonna die.
No, I guess he's able to secure a double kill over here. Amazing. He almost had the third one too, but yeah, he did die in return. Yeah.
If he would have
That
come
did.
faster, it would.
Yeah, I mean, if he would have been there faster, the team fight would have been on the other side. So, if you actually notice, a Wukong cannot melt an Earther. So, I mean, that's pretty much obvious because Earther gets heal. Earther has a lot of tankiness in him. So, even I don't think a Wukong can melt a Jinar. If he has his allies nearby, he can just melt Wukong either ways. So the only viable targets for Wukong in this game are either Elendar or Joker. In which, my opinion, Joker would actually just use B to run out of Wukong, if he's smart enough to save it for that stage. So the only viable target is Elendar. If he's able to take out Elendar in the fight, he's already doing the job he is been asked for. Okay, Wukong's securing the Abyssal. That's smart because they know they landed a lot of hope on Joker, so he might go back. The enemy laners are pretty low. So that's good. That's good map sense. That's good macros right over there. They know when to get the Abyssals, they know when to rotate together for that side. The first rotation by Atro actually made a lot of difference for the A side. Sai doing some damage on the Bowden and Lavo. They both are low, so yeah, okay. they don't have any wave switch, because if they did, they would have been able to take down the first Abyssal Tower, but since the Wukong cleared it for them, they cannot do it. Even that's really good. One thing, Zip is going for vision item, so that's smart because you get vision on Wukong and then he's pretty much already dead for you. Okay, so someone just said put Riplov in the match. Not sure if Riplov will be available to play. He is, I guess, sleeping, I guess. He's usually sleeping at this time, so let's see if he wakes up. We might have another match and this we can throw him in the next game. So Lavo went for first item Devil's Handshake. I'm not really sure about it because personally I play Lavo with a Rampage. Rampage procs really well if you go for an early clave. So I guess that's not the item that I would go for, but maybe he's been practicing it that way. That's what sales his boat. So everyone has a way to make their hero that they like. So let's see. So Perfect wants me to say Perfect is the best Jannar. Yeah, the best Jannar when it comes to feeding. So there I said it. You want me to say anything else, Perfect? Oh, that's good ult from Jannar. But no follow-up, and Whipnut is there to save the day. Come on, Earth, you get one of them. Alright, so that's now when the tides are changing. Earther is being there in the fight, Jannar is there in the fight, so team fight potential just goes on to some other level because Wukong's not able to do much. You see he's on 114. Do you think Joker's choice of boots is bad considering the opposing CC? Okay, so honestly what I feel over here is if you're able to kill your Abyssal laner, I mean the one that's against you, and you're able to rotate more easily than he is, like you're already ahead in the game, that's what I mean, you're snowballing them, then of course Hermes is better. But right now, I mean the game is pretty much even for both of the sides. So I would go for Gilded, provided there is Ibnet, there is Baldum, there is Ignis, so these three provide a lot of CC. So I would actually go for the Gilded Greaves, and that's what I have been seeing people do on the stream. So that's, I guess that would answer your question. I guess Jannar ult is still on if he is in the Baldum ult. It doesn't get knocked out. I'm not sure about that, sorry. I might have to try it out in the practice of casuals, I guess. Okay, so one more thing that the B side can do is they can actually land a lot of poke before going into the fight. So, I mean, the Eleanor can go in, poke, come out. Joker can poke from a distance. The A ability from Jannar bounces off on an enemy. So, they can actually land some poke before starting the fight. One item that I think Jannar should have gone for the first item should have been the curse. because there is an Ignis that heals a lot. There is Ignis that heals a lot. Bow of Slaughter on Berry, that would be the next item, would help him a lot of sustain. So I would have loved to see that, and that's a beautiful ult from Balden over there. It cures the Joker, but everyone from the enemy follows up, and they're just clearing them off. Jannar doing so much damage, it's so crazy. Yeah, so
Double
that's what
kill.
I've been saying is Joker is dead, Jannar is dead.
Triple
There's
kill.
nothing much that this Wukong can do. He cannot mill Earther, he cannot mill the Zip. Um, Even in my opinion, if
Think it's
you're
still going.
really good with Elendor. Oh wait, what's this Arthur doing? Okay, so that's one greedy Arthur, I would say. Um, I guess he really loves the monkey. So that's quite far he traveled though. Just more kill. Maybe secure the kill though. I was actually focused on these.
He did not.
He did not. Okay. So the monkey was able to outrun the Arthur. Sad life for Batman. That's when Riplaw plays. I mean, that's how greedy he is for Riplaw. I mean, for the kills. So that's something weird that he did, but it's okay. We can forgive that. But when it comes to actually, I mean, if being serious, I mean, these little things can actually just change how the game goes. So never get greedy for the kills. Just try to. I mean, if a person's escaping and you know that you cannot get him out, just calm down and get back. Go for another objective. There's so many objectives still left. There was a DS, there was a top tower, but he didn't do that. So not bad. Okay, so Jannar finally got an empty heal, and that's gonna be a really good proc for him,
A blue team tower
especially
has
against
been
Ignis,
destroyed.
and very nearly has his Bow of Slaughter. Oh, good ult from Zed. It's just ceasing the Jannar. They're able to secure the high ground tower.
Team tower has been destroyed.
Okay, so just turns out to be an entire mess for the side. Oh, the Eleanor's kiting everyone. Oh, okay, that's amazing plays from him.
Onslaught.
Even with 1% HP, he was able to take out two of them, and that was amazing. So, yeah, this was what I was going to talk about. Elendor, if you're good with your micros, and there is a Wukong against you, you can just kite the Wukong. Like, he's just going to be like a real-life monkey trying to catch you, but you're just going to be out of his hands. So also, he has like an ult that pushes the enemies away. So you go in, you push the Wukong away, and then you just kite him. So that's how you should be doing it. So we have Riplaw on the commenting section. Finally, someone to roast.
But then for
Let's-
like the blue team, I think they have like that much potential to actually push cars to see the fuel.
So on the blue team, how they can actually push the towers is like, Ignis goes in, he uses his ult, and Berry can just melt the towers.
Yeah.
So that's how it should be, but the fights are just being a mess. The Earther is trying to go on the back line while if I was the Earther, I would have been trying to protect my backline like Elendor.
A
Um,
red team tower has
It's
been
not something they're
destroyed.
doing right. So, in my opinion, if the A side, I mean the red side is able to just think in their rotations and stuff and their combos, then they're gonna have a better chance of winning. But I guess it's already the game.
Yeah, I feel like even Flip was confused because like the spikes are like everywhere. And he's like, where did I go?
Oh, that's a good ult from Balin, yeah. So, everyone confused from the B side gives the win to the A side. Berry played really well. He was able to maintain his position. Joker wasn't focusing Berry. That was his biggest fault. So As a Joker, you're a suicide bomber. You go in, you hit the ADC and come out. So that's how you should have been played. But apparently that wasn't the case. Atro did really well. He tanked a lot. He provided the required CC. Ezreal did a good job from the back end. He was providing CC, doing true damage, and that's good. And interestingly, Earther did the most damage in the game. That's news to us. So that's not how it should have been.
Do you think it would have been better if the Joker is
Not
like
if that's-
Hayate?